Welcome to the top 10 questions you need to ask your Saskatoon school DJ before you hire them. Part 1, and on our list, number 2 is so important, I would call it a deal breaker, so stick around. Hey, my name's Tristan, DJ Anchor. I'm the owner and operator of Armed with Harmony, and I've helped thousands of clients planning their events, not just for DJs and entertainment, but for the overall flow and success of their day. I want to help save you time, money, but most importantly, stress. When hiring any vendor for your event, it's not always about price. Value and experience are a huge factor in the success of your event. So let the countdown begin.
I got the energy, yeah, to make up.
Number one.
The most important question you can ask your DJ before you hire them: do you offer a contract, and what are your payment terms? This is a non-negotiable. The DJ you hire should be able to show you this ahead of time. It's so paramount to have a written or a digital agreement, and there's so many factors when entering into a school or event facility. The safety and liability of the students, faculty, and staff should always come first. And there's a hierarchy of those involved parties, right? From the school division to the individual school to the admin who books the DJ, down to the staff and students who are present during the event. This way, all parties involved are on the same page. Often the teachers or the parent committees who hire the DJs aren't the same groups that are issuing the payment. Timeline for vendor selection and approval create challenges that result in teachers using their school credit cards or their P cards, school divisions invoicing and then sending their submissions, or maybe net 30 payment terms to be used. This should always be discussed with the DJ ahead of time to avoid any confusion on both parts. At Armed with Harmony, we require a signed digital agreement and a 50% retainer or a $500 save the date to hold your event date, the services, the gear, and our staff. In our agreements, we include all of the things we'll be talking about later in this video, and we have worked with the short booking timeline of the elementary school dances and the farther out bookings of grads and after grads, and we understand the challenges of organizing committees and have flexible payment terms to accommodate all of these situations.
Number two.
Do you have 100% clean music? This is a deal breaker. Make sure you ask your DJ this question in advance. Schools are not only houses of education, but follow strict guidelines from the government. This is not up for debate. At school events, students, teachers, admin, sometimes parent volunteers will be present. Clean music is a must. And this doesn't only mean no swear words. This can also mean squeaky clean versions of songs without references to sex and drugs. Also, for video DJs, there's another step. This means the visual content must also be all ages appropriate. Will this limit the DJ's ability to rock the crowd? You need to ask. If they only have wedding music or their music is not labeled correctly, this could be disastrous. At Armed with Harmony, we were founded as a radio DJ mix show back in 2005, and our music and video library has always been 100% clean for special and private events, including schools. And all our audio files are labeled with clean, and all our video content either has no tag or XXX on it if it contains any visually displeasing content, not just nudity or inappropriate stuff. It could include other things like drug use or gang things, and we try to keep that out as much as we can by labeling it correctly. The decision is easy. We have never received a complaint about music being clean, but I'm sure if we would ever play music that did have inappropriate lyrics or content, we would get complaints. All hit music has radio versions, so don't let a DJ tell you they don't have a clean version.
Number three.
Can we see pictures and video of your setup? You should be asking your DJ this before you hire them. This is key for so many reasons. This allows you to see how impressive their setup looks. And we know it's not always about the gear, but let's face it, kids especially want to be wowed. This allows you how to grasp and understand how big of a space will be needed and how long it may take to set up. Also, the technical jargon of 10,000 watts of sound doesn't mean much to the average person shopping for a DJ. You need to ensure the DJ will bring enough wow to impress the students. At Armed with Harmony, we pride ourselves on being 100% transparent. We have high quality photos of exactly what our packages look like and what they will look like for you when you hire us. No surprises. They were designed by our party science experts for maximum fun. We love to showcase images and video from our past events on our social media pages so you can see us in action. The preparation and execution showcase the energetic results you and your students are both looking for.
Number four.
Have you been to our school before, and how long does it take to set up? The more familiar your DJ is with working with schools in particular, and obviously your school, the more streamlined the results will be. The process for proper parking, checking in with the office, access to the gym, location of power, light dimming options, custodian rules for floors and cleanup should be expectations. The gym space, it's a hot commodity. Hiring a team or a DJ that can set up quickly allows for maximum PE for the students and for the staff that day. Having a DJ team who can take down fast also means that your SLC, teachers and staff can go home earlier, as they often volunteer their time for school dances, and that should be respected. At Armouth Harmony, it depends on the size of the event, but normally 1 to 2 solid interrupted hours is required for setup. Some of the bigger the events we do with trussing and big lights and video screen can take up to 4 hours. Typically, takedown is 50% of the time it takes to set up. Knowing this can help better plan around the event to set it up for success, including any on-site visits and place to work with within your facility, a proper floor plan. We include that in all of our pricing and all of our packages. Do you bring any special effects? DJ gear has come so far in the last 10 to 15 years with different effects like smoke, haze, CO2, indoor cold sparklers, dry ice, and more. Technology in venues has also progressed for the safety of students and staff. Old smoke and fog machines may have been known to set off smoke and fire alarms back then, but newer machines won't. Here's the difference. What you may not know is that some of these newer fire alarms are actually set to detect particles in the air, and some of the newer machines emit that and don't emit that. So knowing that and hiring an experienced DJ who knows the difference will obviously allow you to maximize on those effects in your facility, in your gym, and obviously have a better effect for your dance overall. At Armouth Harmony, we invest the time and expertise with you to ensure policies are followed on how alarms are handled ahead of time. We want the dancing to happen in the building, not at muster points outside the building. We also have pictures and videos showcasing the difference between all of our special effects and what makes each one of those unique. This also helps you see. We want you to see the wow and the wow factor services we provide before you even show up.
Number 6.
How do you keep your music collection up to date? First off, hiring a DJ who knows how to please the students and staff at the same time is a crucial move. It's not easy to do both. If your DJ answers with CDs, that's a huge red flag. If they say Billboard Top 100, that's almost borderline dated technology now. Apps like Shazam and TikTok, they monitor the real-time trends of what will be appealing to your students. At Armouth Harmony, we know kids are the future and the most impressionable with music. They have not only the time to consume the content, they now have access to devices that create and define those trends, and this thrusts them into the epicenter of what's about to be hot. You notice I didn't say what is hot, because the Billboard Top 100 is what is hot, but they're all already most often sick of those songs. Plus, the Billboard is too slow to report songs that are trending now on TikTok and in viral dance challenges. We have seen songs go from hot to not sometimes in a matter of days. We are constantly doing all kinds of events, and keeping up on the music is the lifeblood of what we do. We have created a free Spotify playlist with many of the viral TikTok songs to help not only our DJs, but to help you as organizers and parents and teachers understand what the students will most likely be requesting. We also have access to many different edits and remixes that many traditional DJ companies don't even know about. So we do not boast of 100,000 plus songs, because it doesn't really matter. What actually matters is we play the right music at the right time.
Number 7.
Do you interact with the crowd or motivate the students if nobody's dancing? Preparation is always the first step. If you understand the students, then you will be able to connect with them. Some elementary schools have tiered dances, meaning the first hour is for students K to 8, the second hour is for grades 4 to 8. This is very valuable information and best to be discussed ahead of time. This helps program the music and interaction accordingly to yield the best possible results. At Armouth Harmony, we discuss the parameters and the expectations around music long before we enter the venue, so we can prepare accordingly. And let's face it, most students have never been to a dance before, nor do they know how to interact and know the social expectations of a dance. They need to be taught and motivated just like any other subject in school, and our MC and hype skills will get the students excited, dancing, and engaged, which is a challenge all in itself. Having props like a limbo stick or ideas for interactive games can often be the icebreaker to set the tone for the rest of the dance. This may come off as lame to high school students, so knowing your audience is key. We also offer must play and do not play lists and a free 25 playlist song on Spotify, free on our website, to generate ideas so we can collab and curate the perfect playlist for you and your event. You can also survey your students ahead of time and see what they would like to hear so you can vet that music yourself.
Number 8. Number 8.
Do you perform any games or offer any prizes? When selecting a DJ, some are great with music and some are great with entertainment, but it's hard to find one that is exceptional with both. They must at least understand their strengths and weaknesses and be able to recognize when the focus needs to be put on the music or the student engagement. Planning ahead with the school supplied, sometimes prizes as a plan B should be discussed, along with asking the DJ what games or maybe what school equipment can be used right on site in the facility. At Arm Harmony, we have 10 tried, tested, and true options to break the ice. This helps set the tone for the rest of the dance and makes it way, way less awkward. We will be the quarterback for your dance to engage your students all night. Once we get them going, the music and mic work can then speak for itself. We don't need to turn the entire dance into one big kind of cheesy game. Reading the crowd and keeping the students engaged is what we do best, and anticipating the ups and downs will make all the difference.
Number 9. Number 9.
What do you require from us as a school? Teamwork makes the dream work, as you know. Your DJ should be able to supply you with a small but direct list of items that make the day and the event easier. You should be able to provide the DJ with an on-site contact, timelines, parent chaperone involvement, floor plan, known location of power or larger power like 220, custodian or school rules, music guidelines, or even student requests. At Arm Harmony, we work with you, and we have our inclusive timeline on our online planning forum that you have access to 24/7 to ensure the success of your event. See the results of curating the right playlist, planning and executing the event so you can focus on what you do best, and that's being an organizer or parent or a teacher. Our extensive planning process shows the mistakes that most events make and our suggestions to help avoid them to achieve the most desired outcome.
Number 10. Number 10.
What are your safety procedures? A school is kind of like a beehive. There's so many students moving in and out in every direction all the time. It can kind of be a little chaotic because kids are predictably unpredictable. Hiring a DJ who takes the safety of their clients is this very, very serious and important topic. Proper gear and knowing how to use it is one step, but having a standardized and streamlined operating procedure is key. Being aware of high traffic areas, location and placement of gear should also be discussed. At Arm Harmony, we tape down all of our cables to avoid tripping hazards. We suggest gym pylons to let students understand the boundaries of where they can and can't go. We should suggest wash lighting if the gym is dark so the students can actually see where they're going. And we also ask if students have any light sensitivities or have issues with strobe lights. We have also a privacy statement for our photo booth images so they stay private. And we also have a rigging certification as you can see behind us here, should we need to hang anything or rig anything from your ceiling. We also understand that some schools have issues with gang or gang attire, so understanding that it's not appropriate to wear red bandanas or certain clothing is also a very key factor in understanding and providing a safe environment for all students. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you on the dance floor and seeing you at the next awesome school dance event.
Click like, leave a comment, share the post, and make sure you follow and subscribe at Armed with Harmony.